Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Ask Us Anything. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Yeah, welcome. Wow, it's been a crazy time. If you see us jumping around, or if you show them our high-tech bug
Fly
decker,
swatter.
we had the door open and a bunch of flies got in, and so we've been killing flies.
Oh, wow.
So we've been working hard at that. We're Mike and Jen, and it's Sunday night.
I'm sure everybody wanted to hear that.
Yeah. Well, we want to go get one of those electric ones.
Yes,
those
we're going to get
really
a bug
fun.
zapper. We had one of those on our Elkhart adventure, and they were great.
They would. Speaking of which, we are just back from a fabulous week in Elkhart, Indiana, camped on the grounds of the the RVMH, which stands for Manufactured Housing Hall of Fame in Elkhart, Indiana, and it was just spectacular. We had every single type of RV there, 60 RVs, and when we added all of our staff and support staff, we had close to 150 people. It was just a wonderful week, filled with activities, and we enjoyed it so much. Speaking of which, everybody wants to know, the Joanne Neely is there. She had a great adventure. Well, maybe it wasn't.
Well, not a great adventure. But
she and her husband, John. You want to read her message, and then we can explain it to everybody.
Thanks to everyone at Elkhart who helped get us back on the road after John's medical emergency. I drove 500 of the 700 miles home after Courtney's personalized driving instructions.
Now, John, her husband, on Monday night at the dinner, he was great. We were talking to him. They had been part of our Mississippi gathering the year before, so we knew these guys. And he suddenly didn't feel really well, and we got him a medical emergency, and he ended up in the hospital for a day and a half, but came back. But Joanne had never driven the RV before, ever. And she was going to have to drive him home, but he was on some medication and shouldn't really be driving the RV. So, we had a driving school at this event. Courtney Armstrong, the flippin' nomad, was the instructor. It was a wonderful time, and Joanne got involved in that class, and she drove back. So 500 of the 700 miles, which is an illustration of why everybody needs to know how to drive the RV. It's not one person's responsibility, but really, in the event of an emergency, you all have to be sure of how to drive it. So thank you, Joanne.
So if you don't know how to drive it, learn how to drive it.
Learn how to drive it. And Joanne maybe is going to actually do a little video on it for us, and she's gonna do that, I hope. We do want to talk about our next gathering, which is coming up quicker than I thought, and that is our Buffalo River Gathering, October 18th. I think it's the 18th to the 21st. No, 17th through the 20th. There it is. This one was the 18th or something. I didn't forget it. October 17th through the 20th, the gathering at Buffalo River, and this is going to be in Tennessee. We have one ticket available that just became available. One ticket became available. Somebody was going to come from California, couldn't get enough time off from work, she said, and had to cancel. So if you want it, you got to go get it now. You got to go get it now. And if you get there and it's all sold out, which it very well might be, go on the waiting list. Just follow through on that order, and you can get on the waiting list. And there's always a few cancellations. You only cancel up to 30 days before, but there'll always be a few. So I'm sure you can get in. And we're trying to scramble around and see what else we can do about making available some other spaces, and that will go to people on the waiting list too. So October 17th to the 20th, that's the date. It's going to be a fabulous time in Middle Tennessee, kayaking, hiking, exploring, hanging around campfires. And we can't wait to see everybody down there. That's going to be fun, right?
It will be fun.
And want to give another pitch. This is the last week for our giveaway. And this is the Bugs Off Kit Sweepstakes. We talked about it last week. I would show you them, but they're in our RV, which is still down in Elkhart. We're having it maxed out with solar, putting more solar panels on. We're putting more lithium batteries in. So they're doing that this week. And I left our bugs off there where we were taking them off the RV. This is a great kit. This cloth, you just wipe it, get it wet, And you were just amazed.
It works great. I mean, we washed our RV in no time.
We did the whole
whatsoever.
RV with it, actually,
And
with
the
one
sponge,
cloth.
I was amazed at how easily those old dead bugs came off, and we had some that had been on there quite a while. And there's a handle that you can attach and get those hard to reach spots. And they've added some I don't know.
They're basically little things that'll get in nooks and crannies to help clean them, like
I can think of
like in the wheel covers. Well, they kind of brush the in the wheel covers,
little spots.
It's a really neat kit, and it's worth a couple $100. And if we're going to give 2 of them away next week, so check it out. That's the Bugs Off Kit, and that's how you enter.
Make sure you register. You would like it.
Yep, just sign up. So there you go. A couple of quick announcements. We'll try and talk about the Bugs Off thing a little bit later, so we can repeat it for anybody who comes in and tunes this in late. All right, let's get to your questions and your timing. First one is Davis, Tandy, and Buster from Knoxville, Tennessee. They were with us last week.
Okay, how many repeat offenders from Natchez did you have at Elkhart? And thank you for saying you had a great time. I sure hope you did.
I don't know if we ever counted. It was not an easy way to count, but there were, I don't know, a bunch.
How many do you think there were?
There were a bunch. I mean,
there were.
Yeah, there were
several.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know a bunch.
We were too busy doing other things.
We were busy. Yeah, we've been tired. We got back. It ended Thursday. And we dropped the RV off at Keystone RV, where we're going to max it out, 1,200 watts of solar on the roof, and we'll have over 600 watts of lithium of Dragonfly, parent company of Battleborn Batteries, lithium in the RV. So we're pretty excited about that. But we were tired when we got back. It was so
you were tired
busy.
Because you did all the driving.
Well, it wasn't the driving was always. It was just. I mean, we were nonstop. And it was hot. It was very hot, but what a great place! And everybody's always asking about next year.
Yeah,
we don't know yet. We're sure we're going to go back there. We're all recovering. So,
but we had so much fun. It would be nice to do it again.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt we want to do it again. And, we urge you to stay tuned. We'll tell you when that's up. But right now, our next one is October 18th to 20th in Tennessee. It's sold out, but we had 1 ticket open today, and we do have a waiting list, but get on that list because we always have several places that we can fill. And we've had a couple of other folks offer places where people can stay in the area where we'll be camped near Linden, Tennessee. So Davis, Tandy, and Buster, thank you guys. Ed Richards, I know Ed is signed up for the October gathering.
Greetings from South Louisiana, where we never know what the weather is going to do next.
Yeah, I don't think any of us do. It's kind of windy and rainy out there today. But,
yeah.
Jeffrey Cosmos, Palm Springs, California.
Only 106 today. Cooled off a bit from last week. Well, I was turning into a human puddle on that parking lot in Indiana, and I talked to our neighbors who are from Texas, and they were assuring me that it wasn't that hot.
Texas folks came over to Indiana to
cool off.
To cool off. Yeah. Thanks, Jeff. Pam Rager.
We are leaving tomorrow for 8 days at Yogi Bear Jellostone in Mill Run, Pennsylvania. You are going to have fun.
I'm sure you're bringing some grandkids
Sounds
or kids
like
with you.
Grandkids to me.
Or kids, and yep, you'll have fun.
You're going to have a really good time.
Yep, Boo Boo Bear and
all of them.
Yep, on the hay rides at night.
Why don't they drive courses and how to drive?
Why don't they teach courses?
Why don't they? Excuse us, we're out tired. Why don't they teach courses on how to drive your RV? Well, you should know how to drive it.
We just had one.
Because
so Pam, you weren't there.
Your RV, when you bought your RV, they should have taught you when you bought your RV.
Yes.
It's a little late now once you own your RV.
But we just had a class, and we will probably do it next year, and there'll be another driving school like that. They're very popular, but you missed one. They just did teach one in Elkhart.
But I think
she probably means where you buy it, because it costs money and it takes time. And once they've got your money, Yeah, they don't care. Come on, you know what salespeople are like.
And, you can take your RV and go to an empty parking lot and practice maneuvering, turning this way, that way, and
Well, it'd be
try
nice
to
to
find
have.
some empty roads.
I think
I mean,
it'd
that's
be,
how I learned how to drive our Class B.
yeah, but it'd be nice to
It would be
have
really
somebody
nice.
walk you through it when you're brand new to it. That'd be great.
And it would be really nice to drive one before you buy.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
that
Well,
would be the
ask,
ideal.
make that a condition of buying.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy it unless I get to drive it.
Yeah. Karen Horton.
We are having Elkhart Withdrawal. It was so much fun. I'm in so many ways. Stan and I loved every minute. Thank you so much. Karen, that's the kindest thing you can say to us.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why we do these things, Karen. It's really all about by hanging together. From one of our Facebook groups.
Okay, 3 questions. What kind of dog is Bo? He is a Norwegian Elkhound. How old is Bo? He's 6.5. Does Bo really eat broccoli? Bo likes everything, but yes, he does eat broccoli. We try to give him green beans because that's what
watermelon.
the vet said.
He likes watermelon.
He likes watermelon and strawberries.
Yeah, and blueberries. He'll eat
I have
blueberries.
to have mine covered in cheese.
Yours? Oh,
Your
yeah.
broccoli and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'm sure Bo would like it better
With
if it were.
cheese.
Bo won't eat raw broccoli. He wants it cooked.
Yes, he does.
He's
Steamed.
Yeah,
Mushy,
I've
steamed.
given him fresh broccoli and he just kind of spits it out.
Yep.
And watermelon and strawberries, raspberries, blueberries. Yeah.
Carol Keller with a question.
I'm interested in an e-bike and noticed you guys on a 3-wheeler.
That was supposed to be a joke, Carol.
What
No.
kind was it? How do you transport it? Thanks. It was a fun time. That was not ours.
That was our neighbors. That was our neighbors.
And I just thought it was so cute. I had to ride it, but I didn't. It rides different.
It's really different.
You didn't go straight. I kept going around in circles.
Yeah, the rear wheels don't really turn very well, and it was
a very strange experience.
But we have e-bikes, and we transport them. There is a hitch on the back of our 5th wheel, and can handle I think up to 300 pounds, and the bikes weigh 65 pounds each, and the hitch weighs about that. So there's enough room, and we can carry all of them. So they're
that tricycle e-bikes should have been front and center so that everybody could have seen them, because it was interesting. Because I always thought it makes sense because you can go buy groceries and have a big basket and just toss them in there.
Courtney has Courtney Armstrong, who was our neighbor and did our driving school. She has she has an e-bike. She just puts it in the bed of her pickup truck, and I think we could probably do that because it folds up our e-bike. So
bounce around, to wrap it up.
Yeah, you could there's tie downs. That's all fun stuff.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
Yep. Sharon Engel Rose.
Okay, driving when it's windy. What speed do you think is too windy to continue? Thanks. Whatever speed that you are losing control.
That's too fast.
Yeah. Then you slow down. We can't say whatever.
Yeah, there's no. You're the judge of it. How hard are you fighting?
And sometimes there's gusts of wind. You're driving along and everything's great, and then a gust hits you. So there's all kinds of things you have to think about. Whatever you're not comfortable with, if you feel it's not safe, then it isn't.
Yeah.
So hold the steering wheel a little bit lighter
certainly,
and slow down.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to just stay someplace longer or pull off and find a parking lot and stay there until the winds die down.
Right. You don't have to drive.
Yeah. Don't. That's a problem so many of us make, is we are so destination focused that we forget that the journey is part of the destination too. So just take your time.
Yeah. So I don't think there is a speed where you say if the wind's 55 degrees, you can't
55
drive.
miles an hour.
55 miles
yeah,
an hour.
I don't think so. I think you just judge if it's a battle to hold it on the wheel
on the road.
Hold the wheel on the road. Can you tell we're tired?
Yeah, we're punchy.
We're helping each other out here with what we're trying to say.
Punchy.
But
we both
so
look kind of
punchy.
tired.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to pull off the road. Stephen Loy.
I have a similar solar setup as you're getting. 1,200 watts on the roof and a 6x100 lithium. with a 3K with a Victron inverter. I love it. I know you will too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephen, for encouraging us with that.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed on ours because for some reason Keystone says they can't put in a 3,000 watt inverter, which I think it really needs. If you had a 3,000 watt inverter, you can invert all the plugs. And there's something about ours that the wiring isn't strong enough, isn't heavy enough for a 3K, and really that I'd be a lot more excited about this upgrade if we had a 3K, but it's only 2K. So I don't know why anybody would put a 2K in on something that could be expanded to that big, but I don't make
it keeps
them.
the
So.
cost down, but the wiring probably costs more.
Well, you know,
but they
I'd
have to
pay
do
more.
it.
I'd pay more to have it, you know, done right.
Well,
And done right is a 3K, no matter what they tell you. We saw some RVs, I won't say which brand new, Class C's, with a 1,000 watt inverter. Walk away. I'm just saying this, if you're shopping for it and somebody's got, hey, we've got solar and lithium, and they have, or it's lithium expandable, and they only come with a 1,000 watt inverter, walk away, because they are chinsing like crazy on it. A 1K today is just not adequate for a new RV, and particularly if you're going to run solar and lithium. That means the wiring is really flimsy. It's not strong wiring, and you're going to, you know. So anyway, that's a pet peeve of mine. How they say they offer lithium and solar, and they really don't have the wiring done right. Dave Flynn.
Okay. What would be a good starter pop-up camper for someone who is transitioning from a tent to a camper?
Oh, there's so many out there, Dave. I wouldn't know where to begin. The one we had
because that was 100 years ago.
Yeah, well, it was a Coleman pop-up, and it was really nice.
We loved our little Coleman pop-up.
Yeah, we had 3 kids and a dog.
3 kids and a dog.
Yeah,
and a little porta potty.
But there's so many now, and they've gotten so much better. I wouldn't begin to give you any brands, but just go to an RV store that sells them, and
maybe somebody out there.
Well, you know, somebody could be working for that company and
True.
trying to sell. So go to it, you know, do some research. You'll find plenty of them out there, and do your own research on it. Don't trust the first salesman that you talk to. Cody Kirkpatrick.
Just sold my 2008 43-foot 3-axle toy hauler, which was way too big.
I'd say, yeah.
Looking for a small towable RV. Do you have any brands that y'all would recommend?
You know, I mean, every brand has cheap ones and expensive ones, and you get what you pay. I don't care what you say. You can find them really cheap for towables. I'm a big fan now of fifth wheel. We've never had one before, and we keep getting we keep loving it more and more. I guess that's a good way to say it. We really like it. And they tell me a fifth wheel is easier to tow than a bumper hitch. But, you know, we happen to have a Keystone. We're very happy with the brand. But just understand that all the makers of all the towables, they have a bunch of different models. They start off really cheap, and then they go to, you know, the top of the end. So I would say look at the top of their line. You're going to want something with what you had, you're going to want something that's got all the bells and whistles, because you're used to that in your toy hauler. You really are. So find out what their premium brands are. Come down 1 or 2 if you want. We have the Arcadia, for example, and Keystone. The top of their line is the Montana, then the Alpine, then the Arcadia, and then I don't know where it goes down. They got 5 million other brands after that. And we're happy with the Arcadia. I do see things I like in the other 2, in the Montana. I didn't know much.
Excuse me. Can I say that our son bought an entry-level towable? He replaced everything on it once, and then he started replacing everything on it twice.
I think in the first year.
Yeah, I mean, everything just kept breaking.
And then it took forever to get the warranty repairs done, and
I mean, it was not a good experience.
So you know, I mean, some people, that's all you can afford, and okay. But understand, you're going to have a lot more problems with an entry level or one of the bargain versions of it. It's not very helpful for you, but you really got to do your own research and go in and out. I know if you had a 43-foot toy hauler, you're used to something that has a little more quality.
And, you know, things happen, because we had a car once that we replaced everything once, and then we started replacing it twice.
These things are complicated.
And we got rid of it. we traded the car in with the dealer, and then we went back to the dealer, and they said, "Why didn't you tell me that car was such a piece of junk?" And, well, why do you think we were turning in a new car?
Yeah. But you'll find there's lots of stuff out there. James Massey.
Are y'all still on track to get your new Sprinter by Buffalo River?
James, we're going back and forth on that. We have found a couple of glitches in the road, and I don't know what we're going to do, but it would not be it would be by Buffalo River if we did, but we wouldn't be bringing it there. We're going to be in the fifth wheel on Buffalo River. It doesn't take long to get really spoiled really quick. We've always loved the Sprinters and the Class B and C's because of their flexibility and their maneuverability, and you can go here and there. But what we didn't take into account is, one, how much nicer it is to have real room that you can live in for a long period of time if you want in the fifth wheel. And you do have that flexibility. You do have that mobility because you have the tow vehicle that you've unhitched from, and you use that to do all of your errands and shopping and sightseeing and exploring. And then when you come back, you got this great camp that's all set up for you. It's pretty convenient. I mean, even you have said this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the status is. We're going back and forth and considering lots of options, but
and it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of
here
money.
and there.
Yep. So
And
do we really
kind of-
want to have two RVs? These are the things. I'm probably sharing way too much here, but do we really want to have two RVs? So I don't know. I'd say you can't have too many RVs, but somebody else thinks maybe differently. I don't know. We'll see. Dan Satow.
Okay.
I lost your question, Dan.
But it's coming back. It'll be back soon. There we go. What recourse do you have if your RV dealer is bad? I've read a lot about very bad dealers for warranty repairs. Wow.
Well,
a lot of aggravation.
Well, what recourse do you have if your car is bad? Right? It's the same resources. What recourse do you have if you bought a house and the house has problems? So you go back to the original dealer. If they don't honor it, then you contact the manufacturer, just like you would in a car dealership. All the manufacturers they want people happy. They want you to be happy. And I know of many cases where dealers have turned down stuff, and people have complained to the manufacturers, and the manufacturers then contact the dealer, and suddenly things get fixed. So you have the same recourse you always have. Your best choice is don't buy from somebody who you're not comfortable with. And the way you get comfortable with is visiting them, talking with them, asking pointed questions, and reading online reviews about that dealership. That will tell you. I mean, understand that you can read a lot of different reviews, and some people just sort of hate certain brands. And the problem with reviews are that you get these people who make sweeping condemnations based on their experience. And, they say this is always bad. Well, are they really always bad? Or did you have a lemon? Or are you a difficult customer? So, but when you read cumulatively a lot of stuff about a dealer, you'll get a pretty good idea about them. And the other recourse is take it to a different dealer. Even if you didn't buy it from them, the manufacturer should stand by it. So, and your ultimate dealer is, a lemon law attorney. And I hate to refer anybody to attorneys in this litigious country that we're in now, where people will sue for anything, but sometimes that has to be done.
But it just sounds miserable.
But buy wisely in the first place.
Try to buy from a good dealer.
General principles, I always say, buy from a family-owned operation if you can. If it's the family's name out in front and the owner's there and the owner's family's there, our experience has been they are much more concerned about their reputation and their name, and are more tuned to customer needs than the big, huge, monstrous chains out there. But all that's changing. They all realize that, a happy customer is their best advertising. So just choose wisely. Do a lot of research.
And that goes for everything. Like even like a physician.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. Try to read what people say.
Cody Kirkpatrick.
Are y'all planning to sell your sticks and bricks in the near future to full time?
No, we're close enough to full timing now that we feel our entire existence is caught up in the RV lifestyle, and if we're not on the road doing it, we're in the studio here writing and editing it. So no, we always want to have a sticks and bricks. We want to be near our kids, and if anything, we're looking to move from this sticks and bricks that we're in now to be a little closer to one of our kids. And our kids are kind of scattered. 2 of them are in Michigan, one's in Tennessee. So we have that Tennessee property, which is just an hour and a half away, and we've thought about getting some RV property up in northern Michigan. It's hard to find. We thought about getting a house in northern Michigan. We love the northern Michigan. Hard to find. We're too busy traveling to hunt for a house. For retirement, too many taxes in Michigan. Michigan is not a good state. Not a good state at all.
Not a good state.
Besides having the worst roads in the country, the taxes are pretty miserable in Michigan. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, we're not planning on. We're always going to have a sticks and bricks. Pat Gregg
had to cancel Yosemite. So heading to Michigan. Because
of the fires, I bet. Yeah. Oh my gosh, those fires have been terrible out there. And it's been going on for a long time. So not good.
I hope you have a wonderful time in Michigan.
Yep. You're coming at the best time. Don't forget our book. We got, if you're coming to Michigan to do some camping, Pat, we've got an RV adventure guide for the Upper Peninsula and one for the Lower Peninsula of Michigan. There's the Upper Peninsula one right there. Just check it out. $7. And it'll save you a lot of time, help you find places to stay, our favorite spots. And then LP for Lower Peninsula is our most recent one, and that too will help you. So you can get both of them. There's a special deal on both of them. And just go to, how's that for UPLP? And you get some special pricing for those. But this is a great time for Michigan. Oh, okay. And then there's the Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula, and the Great Lakes area, the whole shoreline tour.
The U.S. side. So
you can get those as well. But check them all out. Those are the rinks. And you'll enjoy Michigan. It is a beautiful state.
Our daughter, her husband, and the 2 kids are camping right now in a tent.
In a tent?
Up by Empire.
Yeah, well, up by Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, up in this part of Michigan.
And it is beautiful up there. It is very lovely.
Leo Zados.
I'm ready to pull the trigger on 6 new tires for my Class A. Any idea what brand is going to be better than the other? Good luck getting 6 tires.
I've been trying to replace some tires on our Class C for a while, and I like Michelin. And I can't seem to get them anywhere. And then it's also hard to get them installed because nobody can handle something that big. You'll have the same problem with your Class A, but just my own personal preference is Michelin. So
I feel sorry for you trying to get some tires and trying to find them and then trying to get them installed.
Yeah.
At least maybe it's just a Detroit area where we live that we can't get service.
Yeah. Besides having bad roads to get there.
That's because they've wrecked everybody's tires.
That's right. That's why the tires. That's why the tires are so bad, because the roads are so bad.
They wreck the rims too.
Yeah. Oh, they do. Our rims are okay, but
yeah.
Renee Alexis Marino.
We've had Class A and Class C motorhomes for years. We switched to travel trailer years ago and haven't looked back. Less maintenance. And we could use a tow vehicle for daily driving.
That's exactly what we have discovered, and we didn't really expect that. It's been really great. Yeah, the tow vehicle is awesome.
Yeah, there is freedom.
Yeah, I mean, it really gives you, in a sense, more flexibility. Mm-hmm. I mean, we noticed it in Elkhart. We had the 5th wheel set up, but we just took off in the truck. We didn't have to break down camp or any of that stuff, and it was awesome. So good for you. I've had good points, Renee. All right. We are have to look for some questions here. I've been busy talking. All right. You guys got questions? They don't have any because we're tired.
I'm going to go buy a
Let's
bug
say our
zapper.
Marty Santic. That's an event we've wanted to do. We have some friends who do that every year in their camper at the Air Adventure in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. What an amazing thing that is. We really like that. That is something that we want to do. We've been looking at some posts from our friends. Cheryl Birch Citroni.
All right. Tennessee property is looking great. We have property in the area as well and love Kentucky Lake. Are you planning on having high-speed internet through Meriwether Lewis? And if so, where will your house equipment when you are not on the site?
We will house our equipment inside the fifth wheel, which we plan to leave on the site. I did an update on our Facebook RV Lifestyle page the other day showing you the pictures of our site. We have had a lot of work done. I'll just quickly update you. We have 5 acres. For those of you who don't know, we have 5 acres we bought last fall in mid Tennessee. That's where we're going to have our gathering in October. And we have been working since then to develop it. We're developing 3 RV sites. It's not a campground. It's not open to the public, but they'll be for us and friends that we can invite to come and camp with us. We have 3 sites. And we have cleared out trees. We've made what do you call it? A U-shaped driveway, a circular driveway.
It looks like an X-ray of a tooth.
Well, from the air, yeah. And it's on our Facebook group if you scroll down or search for it. But we've got all the septic in, so the sewers are in and working. We have the water hooked up. It's awesome water. It's connected to city water because we happen to be on a county road maintained by the city, actually, the city of Linden. Where's the county? County of Perry County. So it's we've got water, we've got sewer, and we have our electrical all installed. And it's all in. It's all been covered up. It was inspected last Tuesday. It was approved, and we're just now waiting for Meriwether Lewis to come and actually turn the switch on and do the absolute last couple of bits of things they have to do to activate it. That could happen this week. And we are planning to going down, not this coming week, but the week after. And we're going to stay for a while. Your Tennessee property is where we just came from. If you're on Kentucky Lake, I bet you're at Paradise Landing. We just did a video on that a couple of weeks ago. Really nice spot. We're neighbors. We're not that far apart. High-speed internet, fiber optic cable is available through Meriwether Lewis. That's the local utility. And here's my thing. I have such good cellular coverage there. And I have Starlink, which supplements that and does a pretty good job. But I think we will probably put the high-speed internet in, and we will keep it inside the RV. And I mean, it's just a really great feature. But we're this close to being done. We can't wait. We'll show everybody we'll invite everybody out for a bonfire when they're down there for our gathering in October. So yes, high-speed internet. How can you go wrong with fiber optic access? And that means we can do all these live shots there really well. Hopefully this live shot will be on in 2 weeks from our property. Wendy Rice.
Have you guys considered building a small outbuilding garage to house a laundry facility at your Tennessee home? That is a really good idea.
Yeah. It depends on how. Here's what we're waiting for, to see how comfortable we are with the heat down there. Now, having the air conditioning, electricity would be great, but yes, that would be a really great idea. And then we could keep the cable in that little outbuilding, and we could even make some storage and stuff in there. So yes, that's a really good idea. And when we're down there in 2 weeks, we want to meet with a couple of contractors about just that and to see what we could put in. But
actually, I have been very seriously considering a swimming pool.
Okay, she's being a bit facetious here.
How about a sprinkler? Slip
Okay,
and slide?
all right. Slip and slide down that hill. Hey, that would be fun. Brian H.
Did the land company provide much assistance in sourcing your RV land improvements, or was it 100% your own legwork?
100% our own legwork. We ended up finding a great contractor down there in November when we bought. And, we're just now getting it all done. So that took us a long time. it's a very small community. So there's not a lot of contractors out there, not a lot of excavators and people who can go clean the trees. There's a couple, but as more and more people have bought this property, they're getting busier and busier. So it's getting harder to find them and the wait to get it all in. So we got the land cleared relatively quickly. We got the septic approved and installed. We got the water hooked up. The killer for us has been the electricity, and we're almost there. But we did that. We found the contractor, and then he in turn has helped line up some extra help. And we did all the erosion control this past week, and we're really excited. I can't wait to get down there. And
How about that escalator going down
All
to
right.
the fire pit?
yeah, we put an escalator. Yeah, right. You can't joke. People take this all seriously, and they're all going to say, "Where's the slip and slide? Where's the escalator?" And she's talking about a hill down to a common
Fire
area,
pit.
fire pit. We got to get a picnic table when we're down there
Yep.
too. Yeah.
Pictures or it doesn't count.
The slip and slide. I'm going to go get a slip and slide, or I'm going to invite somebody camping with us who says they'll bring one, and we're going to get you going down it. How's that for revenge?
Yeah, there we go. I'm
Sure.
just wondering what our water bill will be if we get the slip and slide going.
Well, it's worth it. It's
worth
worth it for the pictures. Trail hiker.
On your new fifth wheel, is a refrigerator a residential or an RV refrigerator? And my question is, we have a difficult time keeping it cool. Your thoughts?
It's not a residential. It's a good size. I don't know what size it is, but it's
6 point something, I think. I don't know.
no, it's 7 or 8. I don't know, but it's an RV refrigerator. And you can answer the question better than I do. I have a thermometer in it.
It's keeping things cool. What we're having trouble is keeping the door shut
When we're under motion.
when we're moving.
Yeah, we talked about that, and now everybody's going to send me their idea on that. We already
Okay.
know we got to put
We've got a picture of a little lock that
Yep,
we need to
and we'll
install,
install.
child-proof lock,
Yep.
a lock, or if push comes to shove, painter's tape.
Yeah, we can always tape it up.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to keep cool. It's been 3840, which is what
it's cold. The freezer.
3840 is what I have it set for, and
Mhm.
and the freezer's freezes ice cream like a brick. So it's been great. I don't have any ice cream, I know, but it's but people would
Bo's
relate
Burgers.
to that better than Bo's Burgers.
Bo's got
frozen
some frozen
yep.
burgers.
Time to talk about our sweepstakes again. And this is the last week this is in. This is really handy. If you've been driving this summer, you've got a collection of
You got
dead
bugs.
bugs on your RV. And our sweepstakes giveaway, we'll announce the winners next Sunday. The Bugs Off kit, and it consists of this awesome miracle.
Sponges.
It's like a little cloth, it's some proprietary thing they have. You dip it in water, and it just removes these bugs, just like
It's like a miracle.
Yeah, it is. It's like a miracle. And they have a whole nice kit with this. Several of those pads that you put on that you can wash the whole RV. We've done the whole RV with it. You can put it on a stick. You can get way up
It's hard
high.
to reach places.
And then they also
Got a
have
new
some new
3 little wands.
like little wands, but they're to get in hard to reach cleaning places.
Yeah, those hard to reach
There's
places.
brake dust. You ever get brake dust on and I'm sure you do, on your hubcaps and your wheel covers? They got a really neat little device that'll get rid of that, and a special cloth that will get rid of that as well. We're giving away 2 complete kits of this next week. You want to enter,
So
and that's
what you got
how
to
you
lose?
enter. Yeah.
Send your name in. Get in the drawing.
Yep.
2 people are going to win. Might as well give it a shot.
Hey, in honor of the summertime and Elkhart, we gave all the folks who came to our gathering in Elkhart 10% off on anything in our store. And we thought that we would extend that offer right through tonight only.
Tonight only.
tonight only. But because so
1%
many
off.
people wanted to come to Elkhart and couldn't. And so we would have loved to have gotten you in, but we just did not have the physical capabilities to handle any more people. But if you want to take advantage of that, just go and use that coupon code right here on the screen, Elkhart 10. Go to this address, Elkhart 10. Got that? That's the coupon code. It's only good through tonight. And then that's the address, rvlifestyle.com shop. You can get our books, you can get our merch, our shirts, our sweatshirts, our hats, anything you need. And but only through midnight tonight.
So how much off do they get?
10%.
Oh, I facetiously said 1%.
You said 1%?
Yeah.
You
Pulling your leg and you didn't hear me.
You're not pulling. Everybody's going to take you seriously. Nobody's used to you being so flippant as you are tonight. I think you really are tired. Either that or I'm not catching it and I'm not catching your humor and Yeah, 10% off tonight. James Massey.
Any fuel issues on your trip to Elkhart, to and from?
You know, James, another thing I really like about towing this fifth wheel is my truck. My truck gets phenomenal gas mileage. I get better gas mileage with this big 250 truck pulling our 32-foot fifth wheel than I did in my Class C Leisure Travel Vans Wonder. With the Wonder, we get about 12 to 12.5 miles per gallon, and that's gas. But in the truck, I'm getting like close to 14 when I'm towing. And when I'm on the road without the trailer, it's like 23. It's been just awesome. Now it's diesel, so it's $1 more a gallon. But the other thing I like about that truck is that it has a much bigger, it's got a 33-gallon tank. And I can go a long way when I'm not towing, and my range is like 700 miles. And towing, the range is about 5. So we went all the way to and from Elkhart with one fill up. And it was great. I'm thinking about getting a bigger gas tank. I don't know who will install them.
Thinking.
Oh, you missed slip and slide, so I can think
that's a lot cheaper than a bigger gas tank.
And
plus, if we get in an accident, it'll just be this infernal.
It'll save us from suffering, Jen.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't suffer longer. So I'm thinking of I know you can get larger gas tanks, and I'm thinking, well, that's kind of fun. Then again, it's nice to stop every few hours to stretch. So. All right, we're up at almost 45 minutes, and as you can tell, we are a little punchy tonight.
Yep.
It was so much fun last week. We want to just a special thanks to all of those who came and enjoyed it with us and stayed. And we had all these activities, seminars, and we had great prizes and giveaways. You see that fly just come by?
I can see 4 flies.
And I killed about 3 before I went on here.
Our house is filled with flies.
We need that.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why.
Anyway, thank you guys all for coming. I'm starting to ramble here. Yeah. And
we began with a ramble.
We began with a ramble. Yeah, give us time. We're going to get some sleep. Hey, we have a really fun thing that you want to check out on our podcast coming up this week. On the podcast, we will have a special guest. We're going to devote almost the whole podcast to it, to the RV proctologist. That's his name. The RV proctologist. He says he does colonoscopies for RV black tanks and solves all those problems. He will be our solo guest, and we'll devote the whole podcast to listening to his stories and his advice. He's a great storyteller, and he has some really practical advice about managing your black tanks. And we get a little bit to the gray tanks and a little bit with freshwater too. But you're going to want to meet the RV proctologist, and he will be in the Wednesday podcast that will be coming up. So be sure and check him out. So till next week, we're Mike and Jen. Thank you guys for watching, and we're going to go rest up.
Happy trails.